What's up? So, today we are going to be talking about how to get some control back in your life in the midst of being quarantined. Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the X-Villain Hideout. My name is Ghost, and if you guys have never been here before, I am super excited you guys are here. Today's video is a little bit spontaneous, based off of just what I was feeling. So, welcome to Mondays Matter, episode 17. I like to think that sometimes I plan out my videos, which I do. I script my videos, and then there's some days that are just like this, where I see a need, I see an area that I want to talk about, and we talk about it. And that's pretty much what today's video is about. Mondays Matter is a series that I started to bring a little bit light into Mondays and how I think they could be one of the greatest days of our lives, but because society tells us Mondays suck because it's the beginning of our work week, or just because it's not Friday, right? The only day we thank God for is Friday. And I wanted to change that because Monday is another amazing opportunity to just do whatever you want to do, whether it's chill for that day, whether it's accomplish something new, whether it's write another page of your book. It doesn't really matter. It's just another day, and it's all about perspective. So if we can change the perspective, we can change how we view Mondays permanently. This is also a channel where we talk about the games we play, the lives we live, and how we can look for ways to help each other be better than we were the day before, better than yesterday's the vibe, one stream at a time, one day at a time. If you guys feel like you like that, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and like the video. It goes a long way for the channel if you guys feel like this video has brought you any value. But now it's time to get into taking control back in the midst of being quarantined. So, there is a lot of negative narratives going around right now. There is news and numbers and sad stories, and a virus is running rampant in our world right now, and it is affecting people in a negative way. But it's not just affecting people in a negative way for the people that our healthcare systems are seeing that are in critical condition, who need ventilators, who are in the ICU. This is affecting people on a global scale in the mind. And there is a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress, there is depression for being quarantined in the midst of areas that have no sun out and a bunch of other reasons. So I wanted to talk about it because I have had my moments during this quarantine where I feel like, man, I am just unmotivated. I am feeling down. I am really trying to see the light and the silver lining at the end of all of this, in the midst of all of this. And it's hard at times, but one of the biggest areas of battle is our mind. And so we can take control back, and that's what we need to do. Because if you guys want to have joy, if you want to have happiness, if you want to be able to thrive in the midst of a time where the world is in a crisis, it really comes down to your perspective, it comes down to your mindset, and it comes down to how prepared you are to respond in a way you wouldn't normally respond. So what I mean by that is, right now there is a story being written. We're literally making history with what's happening right now. There's a lot of our world that is being revolutionized right now and will change probably after this in our healthcare system, in our public at large. But the story, for the most part, is very negative. If you guys are on Facebook, Instagram, the news, anything else, all the time, you are gonna have a negative perspective on life. You're gonna have a negative perspective on this world. So one of the biggest things I would say right off the bat is just you need to limit how much social media you're taking. And if you're using social media for business, make sure that when you're on social media, you are actually working. You're not scrolling, because scrolling is what gets the mind moving, and sitting in the midst of just thinking of all of these negative thoughts is a terrible, terrible thing for us in general, because it will drive you down a road that you might not be able to get off of for a while. And the fact that we are quarantined and don't have each other face-to-face personal connections is a bit rough. I would definitely recommend also making a Skype account, making a Zoom account, making a Discord account, and getting on voice calls with your family, whether it's a group FaceTiming, any of that stuff, your friends, and really still connecting with the people that you love and cherish and bring joy to your life, because right now those people mean more than anything else, really, because that is that happiness that just doesn't leave. So back to what I was saying, in the midst of that story being told that is pretty negative, we have another story being told. We have a story of thousands upon thousands of people recovering from the virus at home, quarantined. We have a story of people getting time back. We look for time high and low and just don't find it. We complain all the time about not having enough time for the business you wanted to start, not having enough time to read stories to your children because of your work schedule, not having enough time to get outside and work out, not having enough time to start a garden, not having enough time to learn a language. And right now might be a blessing in disguise, because right now you are receiving more time than maybe you ever have had. Now it depends. If you're in the health profession, maybe a lack of time is what you have right now, and you need everybody's prayers and everybody checking in on you and everybody just making sure that you are, taken care of in the midst of being mentally drained, sending, them positive messages and all of that stuff. But right now is a very pivotal moment. Like, I can't remember, I get lost in the grind, guys. Like, I can't remember too many times in my life where I've just had this much amount of time where I'm just like, dude, we can either sit around, we can be depressed, we can sit around and look at the news and just be like, oh my gosh, the world's gonna end, and oh my gosh, my life is over, and oh my gosh, there's no point to doing anything because everything is just in shambles. Or we can take that time and we can use this mind for something amazing, so that when we come out on the other side of this, guys, because we will come out on the other side of this, I'm promising you that right now. We are very resilient. We have gone through worse things than this and come out together. Literally, we can get through anything together. And when we come out on top of this, what is your life gonna look like? Are you gonna be, lazier? Are you gonna be weaker? Are you gonna be more depressed? Or are you gonna be stronger? Are you gonna have more endurance? Are you gonna be more patient? Are you gonna be more loving, more empathetic, more compassionate? Like, what is our life gonna look like? And I think that's what we need to ask ourselves. That question is very important, because that question determines how we respond right now. And right now is what's affecting how you've been feeling lately. What is your life going to look like after COVID-19? For all we know, COVID-19 might be something that comes every once in a while, like RSV, right? It might be another virus that every 3-4 years is just very rampant and it sucks, and we have to build immunity for it and all these other things. I don't really want to get into that, but what I want to get into is that knowing that this is not the end is very important. Number 2, what is your life going to look like? What are you going to do right now to change how your life looks later? Are you going to learn a new language? Are you going to get in the best shape of your life? Are you going to learn how to cook so that you're eating better and you're not eating fast food because of the work grind all the time? Are you going to read more and to learn more, right? Keep the mind moving. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to pick up art? Are you going to start painting? Are you going to write your first book? Are you going to make your first YouTube channel? Like, are you going to start a small business through e-commerce? Are you going to, what are you going to do right now that when this is done puts you in a better position than when you were before? To be honest, I think a lot of people are getting second chances right now. I think a lot of people that have been neglecting their families for work are getting a chance to a little bit recuperate and replenish that relationship. I think a lot of people who have lost their faith are being able to pray and meditate more and get closer to God. I think a lot of people who have been wanting to do things in life on their bucket list, now it might not be climbing a mountain with your friends, but it might be, like I said, learning a new language. It might be, setting up a small business. There's so many things. The opportunities are literally endless. Are there things holding us back? Of course, there always is, though. And I think that's another thing that we have to think about, is this is just one more thing that's trying to get in the way of what we want to do. And we can either let the situations around us dictate how we respond, or we can choose to set a foundation so that pretty much no matter what happens, unless I am dead, this is how I'm going to respond. And that way is responding is I'm going to wish about things less and work a lot more. What is your life going to look like when COVID-19 is done? That's the question for the video. This was unscripted. I just wanted to talk to you guys about it. It's what I've been thinking about for the last few days. It's what I've had to ask myself hard questions. Like in the midst of doing YouTube full time, I'm not working right now, guys, in my day job. In the midst of doing Twitch streaming full time, creating small business and laying the foundation for something more sustainable for my life. What is my life gonna look like after this? I really think that this is all something that we need to respect. I'm not downplaying what's happening in our world. If those of you who have lost loved ones, those of you who are going through sickness yourself, you know, I'm praying for your recovery. I hope that everybody is taking their vitamin C, D3, zinc, everything else that they should be taking, their multivitamin, they're drinking enough water, they're eating better. You know, I think that we all need to make sure we're getting outside, getting fresh air, getting exercise, and that is also gonna play a major role in how we mentally adjust to the transition of being inside more. But there is a lot that you can do. This is just a few ways you can get control back in your life. Control in the midst of chaos when the world is going through a crisis. You got this. I believe in you. I promise you I do. I wouldn't be putting this video out there if I didn't believe it with like every single fiber of my being that you got this, that you're gonna get through this, that this is not the end. And I just wanna say that I love you guys. I'm here for you guys. If you guys need to message me, I would love to get on some calls with some of you. I would love to hear about what you're going through, your stories. Please let me know down in the comments how COVID-19 is affecting you and what you plan to do in the midst of this. Because right now, it's work time. It's planning time. It's loving on your family time, loving on your friends time. It's taking away right now, this is what it's doing. It's taking away the things in our life that we thought we couldn't live without, and it's showing us what brings true value to our lives. That's what it's doing right now. It's opening a lot of eyes. This, I'm telling you right now, there is so many silver linings in the midst of this pandemic that I'm thinking about new ones on a daily basis. If this video brought you guys a little bit of value and showed you that Monday can actually be one of the greatest days of your life, I hope you guys will subscribe to the channel, show some love in the comments. I'd love to talk to you guys. Every single time you guys comment, I love reading them. I love responding to them. I hope you guys are very blessed wherever you are in the world right now. I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are staying clean, and hope you have an amazing day or night. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.